Portofino Group, South Pointe Charette, June 16th to June 21st, 1993. Thomas Kramer, TK, was invited to a New Year's party in the early 90s by the Trump family, founders of Williams Island. He visited Miami Beach for the first time in his life and saw opportunity calling. During the 1980s, he was a trader with offices on the 102nd floor in the World Trade Center and saw Battery Park Plaza, the southern tip of Manhattan, being transformed from a stagnant landfill to a prosperous residential and office waterfront community. He recognized that South Pointe could be the Battery Park Plaza of Miami Beach. South Pointe is a unique area on the southern tip of Miami Beach that enjoys exceptional, commanding water views on three sides. It is conveniently located near major tourist attractions and one of the most important U.S. seaports. It is very well connected to downtown Miami and the third largest international airport via the MacArthur Causeway. TK immediately recognized South Pointe's potential, and helped by the S&L crisis and collapsing real estate prices, TK began acquiring as many properties as possible. By the end of the buying spree, TK had gained control of more than 45 of the 80-plus acres that comprise South Pointe. TK's focus was on the Prime Bay and waterfront parcels. To execute his vision and make his dream a reality, TK organized a collaborative design workshop called a charrette with 9 of the leading architectural firms, city planners, marine experts, politicians, and concerned citizens at Joe's Stone Crab, one of America's most popular restaurants. On June 21, 1993, renowned architect and city planner Elizabeth Plater-Zyberk opened the South Pointe Charette. This marked the opening of an intensive 6-day conference for which Joe's Stone Crab opened its door to top international architects, local and national politicians, and all citizens.
Mr. Kramer first came to Miami Beach a year and a half ago. Visiting with friends, he came to South Beach and saw the area's unrealized potential. Since then, he has committed himself to South Pointe's future, becoming its biggest fan and booster. Thomas understands that with the properties the Portofino Group is aggregating, he can have an enormous positive effect on all of South Beach. So it is appropriate that he convened 10 of the best architectural firms from other parts of the world, as well as homegrown talent, to propose how to do this.
Those 6 days in June 1993 changed the destiny of South Pointe and the city of Miami Beach forever. In order for the architects to fully understand the unique qualities of South Pointe, TK showed the land he acquired via a bird's-eye view tour from one of the penthouses of South Pointe Tower. At that time, this was the only high-rise condominium in the South Pointe neighborhood. TK then took the architects on a bus tour of the area so they could observe firsthand the current architectural and social state of South Beach. TK believed he could inspire and execute a turnaround for the blighted area of South Pointe. Over the years, South Pointe had slipped from being the first city center of Miami Beach in the early 20th century. Originally, it had housed a dog racetrack, a huge gasoline storage facility, army barracks, a meat factory, and the city's only affordable housing. The 100,000 people who found refuge on the beaches as a result of the Marielto boat lift in the 80s were responsible for the high crime rates, vagrancy, the dilapidated buildings, and vacant lots that were so representative of the area in the early 90s. As a result, the area was designated a redevelopment district.
And I think that South Beach is kind of a sleeping giant, one of the greatest opportunities with miles of beachfront and shoreline, land that is terribly underutilized, and probably the most exciting city in America today.
The amount of land that Mr. Kramer has put together is very large and in a very prominent position for not only the city of Miami Beach, but the city at large.
Well, I think Mr. Kramer is not so easily swayed. I mean, he has a very strong agenda on his own part. But I think he is seeing, by seeing the range of ideas here, that there are many possibilities within, some outside his agenda and some within his agenda. So he's going to have to go back and think about it. He has his advisors also, which is natural, and they represent local perspective and global perspectives. So he's going to balance it. But I think if I were he, I'd come away with the feeling that this is not only a dream site, but actually can be realized in a very fantastical way.
Well, I think this is an important project for Miami Beach because it is bound to shape the image of the city. It is the most prominent real estate, the tip of the island, and because of its scale, it will tell a story about what Miami Beach is all about.
I think when you're talking about a piece of property as large as we're talking about here, and the potential impact that it has on the entire community, the openness of this process, that is the willingness to allow people to have input, I think is extremely important in today's society. I think that the idea may be one that will catch on and probably will be used in other areas of the country and probably around the world. I mean, it really gives people an opportunity to have some input so that we all come together with a general agreement, yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe something that no one would have thought would have been possible before is possible when you open it up and let people participate. There was a great deal of excitement as I went around the room anticipating what might be here some years from now.
My real purpose in coming today, aside from the fact that I'm very pleased to have been invited, and I want to salute you for the entire process you're undergoing, as well as for the quality of the people who are attending. But my real purpose is to let you know that I am there for every part of this community to try to expedite things wherever any state or even federal kind of conflicts might come up with respect to the uses of the beachfront and anything else that might come about.
We're all going to look forward to the recommendations that come forth. I pledge to you to do whatever is necessary to make this all work and make this all happen. And I think Pat's being here is an indication of his support and his concern also. So we're ready to go. All we need to do is get the plans in motion and go forward.
And someone came up with this kind of a total community approach. We're going to really bring in the best minds in the world, and we're going to sit down and we're going to look to see what's best, not only for the developer, but for the community.